Well, hey, my name is Willie Lawson, and I am the founder of FightbackMedia.com. I have been wanting to do a video like this for a while, and I figured today was as good a day to do it as any. I think it's because I got into a little back and forth with a family member, and I don't want to do that. I would prefer our family relationship over our political relationship or our online relationship every single time. Every single time. And I'm actually in this season experiencing some back and forth with some good friends of mine and some people that I respect. And I don't want that either. So I want to do a video like this, and it's gonna happen. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I got to be at work at 9:15. But I got to get this out today. Um, I need people to understand something, if they will. I think that a lot of times, especially when it comes to race, we have a lowest common denominator, media driven thought about it. The media, and I mean the mainstream media, for lack of a better term, we're talking about cable news and the main newspapers in the country, New York Times, Washington Post, USA Today, LA Times, Miami Herald, and on and on, have a tendency, my opinion, to simple things down to a level that people can understand, or they think people can understand. I think that's problematical because a lot of times context and nuance are out the window, especially on situation of race. Now, my next statement, a lot of people are going to dislike incredibly, and it really isn't my idea to just get a reaction. God no. But isn't it interesting to me, being a person who is 60 years plus and that has grown up pretty much I've grown up my entire adult life in the South, that we only hear about celebrating black causes when a a person who runs afoul of the law manages to get themselves killed. At the hands of the police. We know Breonna Taylor. We know George Floyd. We know Eric Garner. And although those those peoples are humans, they were human beings. They were Americans, and they're important. They're important to their families. Some of them are important to their communities. They're important to their friends. So I'm not denigrating their lives. They're not disposable. None of us are disposable. So before you start throwing that at me, you can miss me with that BS because none of us are disposable. But we're all responsible. We're all responsible. David Dowd wasn't disposable either. He's dead, though. He's dead because there was a media push for unrest concerning, purportedly, George Floyd. But David Dowd is dead. For nothing. He wasn't disposable either. Kenneth Hinnant, not disposable. We have to, as a people, understand that we are being fed regurgitated everything because media and those in power do not want us to be able to digest information for ourselves. If you look on the TatumReport.com, you can see for yourself the police report and the conversations, the phone conversations that were held about Breonna Taylor by her friends. It's saddening and disturbing, really. But you can process that yourself. The TatumReport.com. If it works out, I'm going to put that somewhere so you can see it. So you can go there now. It is disturbing. And if you try to post that on Facebook, Facebook won't let you. Mainstream media and the powers that be, especially in big tech, seem to, in my opinion, throttle anybody who is presenting information so you can consider it yourself. And the simplest things that agree with their narrative are expanded exponentially. My family member wanted to have this back and forth about the president. And, oh, by the way, the president and the first lady have been diagnosed with coronavirus. The president was headed to the hospital out of an abundance of caution, because he's the president. They want to make sure that everything goes well, that they don't miss a thing, that they can watch him 24/7. Even Dr. Gupta on CNN says that he has a 95% chance of walking away from this, and I believe it's more. I believe it's more than that. But in any case, we pray for the president and the first lady and the staff of the White House, everybody at the White House, and his surrounding advisors, the military that protect him, Secret Service that protect him, and the First Family. We pray for their healing. We pray for a hedge of protection around them. Well, there you go. But this happened, and my family member started bringing up things that have long been debunked about Trump. Long been debunked. The whole making fun of disabled people. Not true. You know it's not true. The whole going back to Trump walking in on a group of teenagers at a beauty pageant in various forms of undress. People who were there said it didn't happen. People who were there said it didn't happen. I mean, and on and on and on. Trump won't deny. He won't deny or denounce white supremacists. Again and again. Say the State of the Union address. Basically, hours after Charlottesville, continual denouncement of hate groups like the KKK. Even after declaring them a domestic terrorist organization, you still get mainstream media pushing the narrative that Trump didn't or hasn't denounced white supremacy. Now, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about how mainstream media, how big tech continues to let false narratives take the front. It's like that, like Mama Bird chewing up the food and regurgitating it for Baby Bird instead of letting you see for yourself. So you can digest for yourself. Mainstream media and big tech are pushing narratives that there is racial unrest and things aren't any better now with the races than they were, I don't know, in 1619. As a person, again, like I said, who's 60 plus years old, I've been walking around in this skin right here the entire time, all of my adult life, in the South. I'm supposed to, because somebody on Don Lemon on CNN says that the most dangerous people in the world are white men. Isn't he married to a white dude? Anyway, that's neither here nor there, because that's context, right? Although I haven't seen that in my lifetime. Don Lemon wants me to go along with that. He wants me to accept that as truth, ignoring my own experiences, ignoring what I see with my own eyes. Because somehow what I see with my own eyes is not real. I need a credentialed journalist to tell me what I see with my own eyes. Well, I don't. And neither do you. I don't need a politician to tell me. I damn sure don't need an entertainer or an athlete to tell me. I don't need LeBron James or Cardi B to tell me anything, frankly. I don't. I can see for myself. I can see for myself in the time that I've lived how different things are. Even from when I was a little kid. I can see for myself. And I can also, because I'm a grown-up, I can see that things are not perfect everywhere. That not everybody is perfect. And I also know, because I'm a Christian, that they're not going to be perfect. And the reason is not because you have the wrong person in the White House. The reason is not because you have the wrong person in the governor's mansion. The reason is not because you have the wrong person at City Hall, or sitting on the city council, or sitting on the county commission. That's not why. It isn't why. Big tech and mainstream media want you to believe that's the reason. I saw a commercial just a little bit ago. One of those 10-second deals that if you want to end racial injustice, vote. That's nonsense. If you want to end racial injustice, you have to change the heart of people. Evil exists. Bad people exist. Bad thoughts exist. People have continuously done horrible things to one another, regardless of race, regardless of everything. And I think because there is evil in the world, that will continue. Doesn't matter who you vote for. Doesn't matter who you protest. It doesn't matter that you kick in the windows of a Starbucks. Kicking in the windows of a Starbucks to end racial oppression. Miss me with that BS, huh? Getting on YouTube, commenting in the comments, cussing me out, calling me names, because you think that's going to end racial oppression? You're going to shout me down? YouTube shadow banning this video? If you think that's going to end racial oppression, miss me with that BS, all right? The only thing that has continued to make things better is changing the heart of man. It's funny. I remember I had this conversation with my roommate in college. Yeah, white guy. And he asked me, "So what's the solution?" Because he's a solution oriented dude. And I said, "It's gonna take a long time. One family at a time, one child at a time, one child at a time, one family at a time. Me teaching my kid, you teaching your kid. Be what you want to see. Be what you want to see." And the hard part is doing it all the time. Actually, being that is the hard part. You fake it for a while, but eventually the real us always seeps out, doesn't it? And it always seeps out at the most inopportune moments. So if you want to know how we're going to make a difference, it's not voting. It's not kicking in the windows of a Starbucks. It's being what we want to see. It's actually being that, learning to be that. And a lot of us have to unlearn a lot of the stuff that society has taught us. And if you can do that, and you're patient, and you're good at it, we might have a shot. Till we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.